No one can ever know what we're doing.
I cannot accept that.
They will shoot you.
What is my budget?
Oh, well.
I was surprised that NASA was so involved when you guys are like saying that the moon landing was spoofed, you know, in part of the movie. So like, were you a little bit surprised that NASA, you know what I mean? Like they're playing ball with you guys.
I guess so, but that's the satirical element to it, you know? And I think that the idea that the plot point really is just Woody Harrelson's character wants to do it for the very reason you might think, which obviously is not something that happened, is a sense of pride. You know, in other words, we just want to make sure that people believe we did it, but the truth is we obviously did. So I think that I can't imagine NASA doesn't, I did not speak with them, but I think the satire and fun of that and the fact that we were creating, using real stuff, but also a what if, and the what if is just for fun.
Yeah, it's just mostly an angle of this topic that hasn't been touched on before, and I think it's definitely fun to play with, but I think the movie very much so like advocates for the truth behind it.
Oh no, 100%.
Yeah.
One of the things that Greg does really well is that he has to balance a lot of different tones in this.
Totally.
But Jim, specifically, you get to be like the comedy. And because the screening I was in, people were just laughing loud at some of the things you said.
Oh.
So talk a little bit about like how much is all of that scripted before you step on set through rehearsal, and how much is it the night before you're thinking about alts and things that you might want to deliver in the moment?
Well, I would say I want to give credit to the Rose Gilroy who wrote the script.
It's wonderful.
Like, for example, his tirade of listing off the things that they hadn't thought of production design. That's all was there. And I actually used that speech as an impetus to tell me who this person was, who, despite his faults, he's all about perfection. You know, and that comes at all cost. Greg was very open to improv from both of us, anybody, and for that matter, because there were a lot of things that were written as action, you know, that he was going to use in the montages. You see them when we're like walking through the dirty beach.
Oh yeah, montages became full scenes.
You know, like, full scenes that were on the page were descriptions. I don't usually. We're both students of improv, so I didn't really plan anything. You know, sometimes he throw some things at you and you just see what happens. So that's my favorite place to come from is a blank slate.
When you guys saw the shooting schedule, did you have a day or two circled in terms of, I cannot wait to film this?
That's such a good question. I think by far and large shooting at NASA itself was, everyone was just like, so excited, and the fact that we got to actually be there, and we had to go through all of these like security screenings, and we had to get badges on a separate day, and you had to show up in person. So there was all these steps to go through, and it just built excitement and suspense, and it was even better than you could imagine. It was just incredible.
I think knowing that we were going to be in shots where we got to watch the stunts happen in real time, like you're in the scene watching these people fall from a balcony, jump and then run into each other and knock a light over. Yeah. Because somehow you're in the scene, but you're watching behind the scenes in a way. Yeah. And seeing, I don't envy falling over that thing that number of times.
They were so good.
The champions.
Though. Yeah.
And a cat. Watching a cat.
We loved the cat.
I also enjoyed watching the cat. Jim, before I run out of time, you probably know I am a fan of Community. And it's been almost 10 years since it's gone off the air. People still want the movie. Yeah. What do you think it is about the characters and that world that has resonated for so long with so many people?
I have to say it's both the original people and the people who discovered it during our time, our pandemic time, and it came back out again. So I think one is just the amazing writings and the fact that we were breaking the mold in the sense of that the world could become a genre like that. And I don't think a TV show, Dan Harmon's mind of loving pop culture and movies, to be able to have a set and then have the library turn into a paintball or lava or whatever it wanted to be. But then at the core, I mean, I think anything you find these characters that you gravitate towards. I mean, at the end of the day, whether it's Cheers or it's Community or whatever TV show, it's all about that.
It's just good. Yeah, it's good characters. You want to watch them do anything.
On that note, I really hope the film's a huge hit for you guys. Thank you for giving me your time.
Yes, absolutely. Thank you.